episode of Sports and Hoops Talk for Days. I'm your boy Omar, also go by the name of Izzy. So just call me Izzy, man. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all for tapping back in with the boy. It was a busy weekend with sports, and obviously it was a big weekend with a big fight. Errol Spence, Terrance Crawford, Dallas, Texas, Omaha, Nebraska. Who's gonna win? Is it gonna be Bud? Is it gonna be Spence? Both undefeated. Both got belts for days. It was it was just not what I expected, man. Terrence Bud Crawford with a complete dominant performance. Shout out to him, man. He really, really looked amazing in that fight. He brought it from the beginning. I think round one, he was just testing out what Spence has to offer. Obviously, Spence didn't have much to offer. It was a complete domination. I'm sure y'all saw it. If y'all didn't see it, ninth round stoppage of the fight by the referee, had to come in and intervene. I think Spence had already got knocked down 3 times before that anyways. Man, it was just too much for Spence to handle. Crawford brought the jab. And when I tell you he brought the jab, this was not a normal jab. This was the type of jab that looked like a real, like he's trying to knock him out with a jab. And every time Spence wanted to come forward, Bud to get him with the jab and pop, pop. It was just, it was crazy to see. I mean, Spence's face was very red and bloody. Didn't look, I felt like once Bud touched him up really good, Spence kind of knew that this isn't the type of fight he was expecting. I thought, he might have thought this is a different opponent, or he could just maneuver around a couple of those punches. But Crawford really had some dynamite in them gloves, and when he touched him up in the first, 3 rounds or whatever, and that first knockdown, Spence was not the same. I mean, I was watching it. Hey, man, I paid pay-per-view. I watched it at my place. And I just feel like I wanted them to stop the fight. I wanted them to stop the fight because Spence, it wasn't looking good, man. His face was really, really swelling up. Eye was messed up. Crawford was dominant. And maybe Crawford could have even hurt him more if he wanted. I don't know. But it didn't look good for Spence, and Dallas, we take the L on that one. But, still Spence is a great champion, one of the great fighters. But I think Crawford, with this performance, solidifies himself as one of the best fighters of all time. I mean, I'm not saying he's the greatest. I'm not saying Sugar Ray and Hagler and under the welterweight division. But I am saying that he is one of them ones. And we do got to give Crawford his respect. I give him his respect. Shout out to Crawford. Great performance. Spence, hold your head. You're going to bounce back. It was ugly for you. And it just, sometimes the better man wins. Actually, all the time the better man wins. And in this case, the better man won. So, they got the rematch clause. Are they going to go back and do that? That's what Spence wanted to do. He said he wants to make it happen by December. We're already in August now, about to be. I don't know if that's a little bit too soon. I think, I don't know if that's exactly what Earl wants to do that fast. I think he wants to get him back at 154. He dropped a lot of weight to get to 147. Spence is more comfortable at 154, and Bud said he'll go up to 154 with no problems. But I just feel like, damn, man. I mean, it's hard to be encouraged after seeing that fight. If a rematch, if Spence is going to make that many adjustments to really show that he's in the same class as Bud, honestly, I don't see it. Bud goes to 40-0. Spence 28-1 now. It's just, I don't know. I mean, the rematch could happen, and I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to hope that, we see a better performance, but I don't see how that's capable. Like, when you see an NBA series, you see the best of 7, and you get to see a team make a lot of adjustments. And it's really like, even if the team loses by 30, the other team could come win the next night that lost by 30. And so I'll give that to Spence because he is a great fighter. But when you're talking about a fight, you're talking about one-on-one. And I feel like Bud really just took his will that on Saturday night. And when you're in the ring just solo, it's like a tennis match, it's domination, one-on-one, a competition. When you're going one-on-one is different from a team sport like NFL, NBA, soccer. You can get your teammates involved to get geeked up to come out to a better performance. But when it's one-on-one, man, and you get dominated, it's hard. But hey, I'm excited to see if they match up again. But shout out to Crawford. He dominated and he won and he deserved it. The entrance. Let's talk about the entrance. Man, Eminem came out for first. I don't know exactly the artist's name. I'm sorry, 30. I think something 30. I'm from Dallas and he's from Dallas. I should definitely know him. He's one that says, "I'm from Texas, where we riding on the Lexus." But when I heard that, I was like, cool. I was hyped for repping the state of Dallas. I appreciate that, Earl. But I had a feeling he was gonna bring out M, and I don't know if that was the right call, Earl. I know you want to rep Dallas, and I appreciate that. You always bring Yellow Beezy and them guys. Shout out to them guys. But I just feel like this magnitude, we needed damn, come out with 50 or something if he gonna bring in. You know what I mean? That's probably not gonna happen. But shit, I mean, he brought out Eminem, bro. We talking about a platinum selling diamond artist, and it just. When I seen that, man, I'm not going to lie. When I seen him bring out M, I just said, it's not going to be a pretty sight. And he was locked in from the get-go. But, hey, I mean, Spence repping Dallas, so I guess you can't be mad at that, But Eminem is a huge artist, my G, so, you know what I'm saying? The level got to be when you bring it out on a magnitude where everybody in the world is watching that fight. But I'm sure that artist really appreciated Spence for allowing that moment. Spence bigging up artists that are on the come up. So I say kudos to you, Spence, for doing that. And shout out to you, my man. Next time, hopefully it'll be a better performance. Everybody that gets to watch it that ordered it this time orders it again, and it'll be a better performance. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that fight. And yeah, so shifting gears, man. It's been, this show was more created for an NBA talk because I'm a really big basketball guy. And I can make up a lot of different topics like who's my top 10 and who's my top 5 and who's this and who's that. But honestly, I want to wait till the season comes about to really dissect the NBA season on teams that I think are going to be there at the end, who's going to be competitive, who's not, which players are balling, which players are not. Data come down the road. I just wanted to get this started on a platform just for y'all to see what I'm kind of doing here. Like I said, I'm not doing this for attention or nothing. I'm really just doing this because I love sports. I want to talk. I got a mic, got a camera. Hey, let me talk. Can I talk? Hey, so I'm talking. But I mean, if y'all listen, that's 10 times the more appreciation. And, hopefully one day I catch y'all's ears. But yeah, I mean, it's been quiet, obviously, in the NBA. It's the off season, so ain't much going on. NFL's coming up. I think preseason starts Wednesday. I saw Sean Payton talk about the Nathaniel Hackett, the coach that coached Denver last year, who's the offensive coordinator for the New York Jets this year, who's Aaron Rodgers' right-hand man / sidekick / buddy. Damn. When I tell you, Sean Payton ripped them a new one, and he said Hackett is not. He left a mess. He basically said he left Denver a shit show. That's basically what he said. I'm paraphrasing. I know y'all understand that lingo, and everybody got upset saying he broke a code in the coaching culture. You're not supposed to do that. But, I mean, he felt that way. The only thing that I didn't like about what he said is that he backtracked and tried to say, oh, I shouldn't have said this, and I had my Fox hat on and all this. My G, if you say something, stand on it. You already said it. You already shitted on the man. Don't go back now. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like that he was a horrible coach because they sucked last year, they were not good last year, well then, stand on it. You're the coach now, and you had your quarterbacks back in Russell Wilson, trying to make sure that he feels comfortable and confident coming into this season. But here's my take on that. And I know, you know what I'm saying, y'all might not like what I'm about to say, but I feel like Russell Wilson don't have it no more. I know. He was a really good quarterback with Seattle, and I understand that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he did win a Super Bowl, did lead his team to another Super Bowl, giving it to Marshawn. They could have won again. But I just feel like Russell's just not the same. I know that a coach can fix the mechanics and this and that, but I feel like a lot of his confidence is gone. He really is not the same player no more. And y'all are gonna see it this upcoming season. Listen, man, I watch, okay? I watch and I tell y'all what I see. And if y'all believe it, cool. And if y'all don't, hey, just watch. He's still a good quarterback, but I mean, is he top 10? No. I don't have him in my top 10 quarterbacks, and I don't feel like he'll ever get to the level that he was at when he was playing in the peak performance with Seattle. I just don't see it. I see him confused when he's snapping the ball. He's not reading the line, the defensive line. He's not reading it. You know what I'm saying? Making the proper adjustments. He's quick, trying to get rid of the ball. He really can't scramble like he used to. But hey, all of that, I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, cool. But I just don't see him being the same quarterback anymore. But we'll see this upcoming season. And Aaron Rodgers had his coaches back. I think I spoke a little bit about Aaron Rodgers on the previous episodes. And yeah, you're supposed to have your coaches back. That's his man. Hackett is his man. And he didn't like what Sean Payton said. So he, went in. But listen, I like the Jets a lot. I'm a fan of what they're doing. I like Aaron Rodgers' swag, the bravado, I'm saying, he got gifted a chain by Sauce Gardner. I just feel like the team is really warming up to him. And, I really feel like the Jets are going to have a good season. Obviously, they're in a tough division. I think I spoke a little bit about it last episode, but they can win that division. You know what I'm saying? They're stacked from defense to offense, and Aaron Rodgers if he could stay healthy and they can protect him, man, they're going to win a lot of games, man. I'm telling you. So shout out to the Jets. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers. I really feel like they're going to have a good season coming up, and I'm looking forward to the NFL season. So we'll see what happens with that. And, another thing I saw was obviously, I talked about the running back market last episode. It's on my YouTube. Just go back to the previous episode. This is episode 3. Go back to episode 2 and you'll see Jonathan Taylor and Jim Irsay got a little beef going. He plays for the Indianapolis Colts. Jim Irsay is his owner, the owner of the team. Sorry, he's not his owner. He's the owner of the team. And Jonathan Taylor was speaking about how basically y'all aren't going to pay me, trade me. And I saw something like Jim Irsay saying something like, if I die or something and Jonathan Taylor doesn't play no more, nobody's going to notice him. And like, I don't know. I felt like when he said that had a little bit of that different type of tone, if you know what I'm saying, from an owner to a player. Basically, like, I own you, my G. And I know he said he tried to make it seem like the NFL won't miss both of us, but I feel like he was basically trying to say that I ain't gonna miss your ass because I ain't going nowhere, and we replacing you and all this. Man, this is a player that ran for over almost 2,000 yards, not last year, but the year before. He struggled a little bit last year, but they all struggled last year. They were not good. Matt Ryan was their quarterback. With all due respect, sorry, but that ain't good enough. And so I don't know how, that's what I don't like about the NFL. I don't like how these players are put in